All I could think of was, she's gonna be dead. He's gonna kill her.
The video is chilling.
He was coming back in to hurt us.
He puts the gun to the daughter's head.
Everybody was shooting.
I'm screaming.
It's a case that got national attention, with a mother and daughter fighting for their lives.
These women were so brave.
My hands are up. Don't hurt us. We're a family. We stick together.
It is absolutely heroic.
p.m., February 22nd, 2018. A mom and daughter are alone at their Tulsa, Oklahoma liquor store.
All of a sudden, a guy walks in with a shotgun and a mask, and he's shoving the shotgun in your face.
They're being robbed. What happens next is terrifying, and it's all caught on surveillance cameras. The daughter puts her hands up. The robber grabs his cash. And as soon as he makes a run for it, the women reach down to lock the interior door to the store.
They hit the lock, the mag lock, which would have kept him out, kept everybody safe.
In this case, it didn't work.
Somehow, the wrong door has locked. The front door is locked, not the inside door.
So he gets back in.
Panicked, the women duck behind the counter, grabbing the guns they keep for protection.
They pointed the guns at him. They gave him an opportunity to give up, and he kept aggressing them.
That's when the women turn the tables on their attacker.
The shooting starts. I mean, it turned into just a maelstrom. You've got the two women there fighting for their lives.
It's absolute madness. Glass shatters. The robber is injured, and his gun drops to the floor.
Now he's angry.
As the daughter frantically dials 911, he breaks through the broken glass and goes after the mother's gun.
He's attempting to wrestle the gun away from her and then pistol whips her.
Took the gun away from her.
Desperate to protect her mom, the daughter shoots at him.
Caller's mother shot the suspect, and the caller had to shoot the suspect as well.
With the mom's cocked gun in his hand, the robber turns back to the register.
And now he's looking to fire the gun point-blank range at the daughter.
She cowers in terror, but isn't giving up.
We're fighting back, and we're gonna die trying.
He could have killed us both.
Her eyes were just wide open and just looking at me, scared to death. I don't remember the gunshots.
You sit back and you replay it over and over and over. You know, it was Mom.
February 22nd, 2018 is a day Tina Ring and her daughter Ashley Lee will never forget.
It could have went really wrong.
Whenever there's a raging gunfight, very rarely do all of the bullets go where they're intended.
The laws in Oklahoma make it one of the easiest states in the country to legally carry a gun.
Oklahoma is going to become what's referred to as a constitutional carry state, which means that no permit would be required for people to carry a firearm.
Exceptions include anyone convicted of certain crimes, as well as certain public locations. But it is not unusual for business owners like Tina and Ashley to keep guns for their own safety.
Just underneath the counter, it's for protection. Never really believing you'd ever have to use one.
But that Thursday evening, the mother and daughter are forced to use them for the first time ever, as they fight to save each other's lives.
I was standing at our main register, and my mom was doing the order for the next day, and it was beginning to get a little dark at that time. I seen him walk in, dressed in all black. He says, "This is robbery, give me your money." My heart stopped.
I said, "What?" And all I saw was his eyes. And then I heard the gun loading.
My mom told me to go ahead and open up the register.
I was standing at the end of the counter, and he had the shotgun pointed at me while he was taking the money out of the register.
The women are terrified and stunned. Tina actually recognizes the man.
"Really? I know you. I was nice to you."
The robber is 36-year-old Tyrone Lee. He'd been in the store just an hour and a half earlier.
His nickname was Mississippi. He came from Mississippi to be here with his aunt. I knew him as a regular customer. How are you gonna come back in here and stick a shotgun in my face? And then that's when he started to leave. And I flipped the switch to lock the inside door. And then here he is coming back in. I knew it wasn't over. He's coming back to hurt us. I reached up and I shot him in the chest, and then he took off again.
The outside door is still locked, so Tyrone can't get out. Tina is still shooting at him. Then he turns around and punches his way through the glass.
He's lunging at me, trying to take my gun. He was holding my hand, trying to point my gun at Ashley. And all I could think of, if I don't empty this gun, she's gonna be dead. He's gonna kill her.
Terrified for her daughter's life, Tina desperately tries to empty the gun's bullets.
I pulled myself down to the ground and I started just pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. I mean, my finger was completely purple.
She's got blood pouring down her head and all over her face. It's like, he's gonna kill her. And then I'm next. I wanted to protect her. That's when I shot him in the back.
And then he went around the counter. She ducks and he leans over. I saw him, heard the click of my gun, pulling the trigger on her. I'm screaming, it's empty, it's empty, it's empty. That was hard.
I didn't know whether I was gonna die. My kids were gonna be without a mom.
Then their wounded attacker suddenly falls to the ground.
So I grab her, just wanting to get her out of here.
Tina and Ashley dash across the street to safety, and Tyrone also tries to escape.
He grabs what little cash that he got and he took off running, got into his car.
Police chase after him. Why did he target Tina and Ashley? And how did this mom and daughter duo stay so calm?
It could have ended up with everybody dead. Neither one of them quit.
After Tyrone Lee holds up a liquor store in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it only takes police a few hours to track him down.
He ends up wrecking his car because he had been shot so many times he was losing quite a bit of blood.
Hospitalized and in police custody, Lee is quickly pinned as the elusive armed robber police have been chasing for months, responsible for at least 10 other holdups in the area.
We had actually had a task force up and running. It started in December. One guy robbing a bunch of different types of businesses, hitting multiple times in a week. And he always had a mask on and always used a shotgun.
Once he's caught, Lee is cooperative. The father of 5 tells police that he's addicted to drugs. And he started the robberies after finding the sawed-off shotgun in a dumpster. From jail, he apologizes to Tina and Ashley, who shot him 5 times as they desperately tried to protect each other.
I just did the wrong thing.
Obviously, it's easy to be apologetic when you're full of holes, but I thought he was believable.
In May 2019, Lee is sentenced to 22 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to 4 counts related to robbery. And victims from his other holdups start coming into Tina and Ashley's liquor store.
Multiple victims that he terrorized while he was robbing them. And they talked to me and thanked me. And it's like, at least we know that he's off the street and he's not hurting anybody anymore.
He said he wasn't gonna stop until he was caught or dead.
Police call the mother-daughter duo's actions remarkable.
Brave and courageous are understatements. It's kind of humbling to watch when you see normal people rise to the occasion that you think, this is only what trained warriors do. It's nothing short of heroic.
But the women say they're just glad to be alive.
The next day, I didn't want to watch the video. And my husband, watched it and starts bawling his eyes out. He's like, I almost lost my wife. So it was really hard for him.
I appreciate our lives more. I'm glad I saved her life. I'm glad she saved my life. I almost feel like we had like another entity in here with us that was protecting us and making us as one
We were just
No.
protecting each other.
I'm just so glad that she got to go home to her children. I feel proud that we're here.